All right. Hello, everyone. This is Podcast versus the World. All right. My name is Cameron L. Abington. Right now, we're doing a live on TikTok, which is kind of slowed down. So we're going to do a live over here. We're going to do a video over here, a podcast over here. All right. You know, this is another part of our series, Politics Over People. Um, the Jeffrey Epstein thing has me kind of thinking. Has me thinking a lot. Thinking a lot. Okay. The other day, Monday, there was a bill that went through to bring the Epstein Files in front of Congress. Republicans voted it down. They voted down. They didn't want it. Why are we afraid to show what's going on in them Epstein Files? Can you tell me? Can anybody tell me? Why are we afraid? Aren't we more worried about those young ladies that went through what they went through? That's what we should be worried about. But we're not. We're not worried about the young ladies who use them, abuse them. We have pedophiles running around here that we have a way to find out who they are, but we're not going to do it. Now there's a bill running around now that has a poor support of nine Republicans. I find this crazy. I find this crazy. Only nine. Only nine. I didn't say there was like a bunch of them. You know, not a bunch of them. Like there should be. There should be no doubt. Everybody should want to sit here and show what's going on. Everybody. There shouldn't be one Republican not wanting to vote for this. But yet and still, here we are. Because they worry about their politics over people. They're worried about politics. They're worried about making Donald Trump mad. Who cares? If he's a pedophile, his ass got to go. But this is what it's about again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. And then, of course, Donald Trump being Donald Trump goes into his playbook and starts the whole. It was Barack Obama. It was Bill Clinton. It was Hillary Clinton. It was James Comey. So that's what we're supposed to believe now. It was all them. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It's never him. It's never him. Same old Donald Trump. He makes it worse for himself because at first they had the files. The attorney general had the files on her desk, gave a copy of phase one to a bunch of podcasters. But then the next week after that, they really didn't have the files. But then you find out from Alan Dershowitz there are files because he got to look through them. Now Trump has pivoted away from his attorney general to say, "Oh yeah, there's files, but it was made by the Democrats. Those dirty Democrats. Those dirty, dirty Democrats did me wrong. It's all a lie. And if anybody believes it, I don't want them in MAGA." Interesting. So if you're a MAGA supporter and you've been following to follow this man through hell and high water. Hell and high water is all you've ever done. That's all you've done is follow this man. And this is the thanks you get. Because remember, he promised you. He promised you. He promised you that he would drain the swamp. He would give you the truth. Now he's the swamp. Isn't that ironic? We all know he was friends with him. I mean, he could say what he wants to. I mean, I was reading reports. There were some reports that say they broke up over Epstein talking, trying to get with a little girl. Then there's other reporting. It depends on who you believe. Other reporting says that they broke up over a land deal. I mean, it depends on who you believe. I don't know who to believe. Don't ask me. I don't know who to believe. I'm just telling you what I read. That's what I read. That's what it said. It said that's what they fought over. It wasn't about, it could have been about maybe Donald Trump had a conscience, or it was about a land deal. And Mar-a-Lago and nobody from Trump's team has said anything different. If it was a land deal, or if it was Trump was actually defending a little girl, when you want to bring that out, when you bring that out, fight over a land deal, if we're gonna sit here and be honest, um, yeah, it was a land deal. I think that's what it was. If you was gonna ask me to put money on it, that's what I would say it was. I don't think it was him defending a young lady. He could have said that. They could have easily burned that story out. But then again, do you want to piss off a guy that might have videos of you doing stuff? It might be a good idea to shut your mouth. Let sleeping dogs lie, as they say. That's kind of where we're at. And now we have a new bill coming through Congress as we speak. We'll see if it gets through. It needs 9 Republicans. If all the Democrats vote to do it, which they will, it needs 6 Republicans. Suppose they have 9. We shall see. We shall see. The country needs to know. The country needs to know. We need to know this monster and any co-conspirators we need to find out. We need to find out. Any co-conspirators, we need to know. Well, you're part of it. If you were, gotta go. Go to jail. Let's find the young women who were trafficked. They said over 250 young ladies this happened to. 250 young ladies. Over 250. Now, I've heard a number of 1,000. I don't believe it was 1,000. I don't personally believe it was 1,000. I believe 250, 1,000. I don't know if it was 1,000. Sometimes people sensationalize numbers. I don't know, but he was all over the world. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't personally be shocked. But we have to start being honest about what's going on in this country. Young women were exploited. They were exploited. And this is what we're doing. This is what we're going to do. You know, this is what we're going to do. It should be the whole entire house should be voting to see what's on those files. But instead, we're going to hide. We're going to hide. And that's not right. Those young ladies don't deserve that. They deserve justice. We know some of the sick bastards. We know Prince Andrew was one he was over there doing shit. Was Bill Clinton? I don't know. According to Gronk says he was over there 12 to 13 times. According to Elon. Then we have people like, we said Chris Tucker was over there possibly on the island. According to Gronk. I believe is what it said. You gotta be kidding me. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We need to know. We need to know. And yes, there's going to be some people hurt, but we need to know. No more of this. There should be no more of us hiding stuff like this to protect a man's ego. That's all this is about. We're protecting Trump's ego. What about the little girl? Need protection too? Isn't that our job as fathers, husbands, brothers, uncles, friends, to protect these young girls? I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. Like I said, if you watch 60 Minutes Australia, and then there was another young lady. If you look up Epstein on YouTube, there's this one chilling one. Almost threw up. Almost threw up. There's no sense in this. There's no sense in this. Um, there's none whatsoever. But we're choosing politics over people. And we could do this series all day long. It doesn't change. And Lorena said, I told you we're doing a live. And Lorena said, I think they're taking their time to hide people's names. Well, supposedly there's supposed to be um, a flow of collection of data. So if anybody touches that stuff, supposedly there's supposed to be names attached to it. You can't just go in and mess with the files. And do we need to do that? There's little girls who are still alive, who are grown women now, who know the people they mess with. Hey, there's a lady in prison, Ghislaine Maxwell. We know there's videos. We know there's videos. Get the videos out. Let's see who it was. Andrew Cuomo. Yeah, Cuomo was saying that they didn't have that. Oh, Andrew. Oh, Mr. Cuomo. I think you're very naive. I think you're naive because I believe he did. If you're gonna blackmail somebody, video does the best stuff. Lorena said even with data, you can change Sam to Pam or Pamela. You could. You could. You can change a lot of stuff. But this is going to take time to go through all the names, all the redactions. First, you got to get all the redactions off. Now, according to this bill that's going through Congress, through the House, you'll hear about more. What time is it right now? 9:14 at night, Central Standard Time. You'll hear more about it probably in the morning. If the Republicans stay strong and they help the Republic, this is a joint venture between Republicans and Democrats. There's actually some Republicans that are looking at this like this is a bunch of crap, and they're actually going to stand their ground. I'll be damned. We'll see. We shall see. But I know every Democrat will. Now you have to understand. If you're a Democrat, you have to understand. One of your top Democrats ever might be on there. He might be. We're talking about Mr. William Clinton, Mr. Bill Clinton. He might be. But doing the right thing is the right thing. It's never. All right, if you made it this far, my name is Cameron Abington, Podcast versus the World. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. If you go to Podcast versus the World on YouTube, you'll find me. You'll see this nice, wonderful flag that's behind me. You'll see that. Yeah, I'll let you know that that's where I'm at. Podcast versus the world 76 at gmail.com. Don't forget, we are sponsored by Doobie Energy Drink. You go to doobie.gg, use code podcast versus appreciate all the help we can get. This is not free, so we appreciate all the help we get. We do appreciate it. Um, we made it this far, just something to think about. Ask your senator. I just wrote my two senators and my representative. I gave them a long list of hell. I gave them, I gave them a long list of hell um, this morning. So whenever they come back, they have a nice little read. They probably won't like, but it is what it is. You gotta let people know what you think. So you made this far. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything. We appreciate everybody who's listening and downloading the podcast. I had a request to talk about some prison reform. Every state's a little different, I believe, at prison reform. Um, that's something I'll have to look into. I'll have to see. Might be one of my little long long forms that we don't do too much anymore. Ooh, excuse me. And so we will have to do that. Maybe a long form of prison reform, or letting people know about how some people can vote, some people can't. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. My name is Cameron L. Abington. May God bless.